Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. So, we've got to that time again, haven't we, guys? Right at the end of the year again, where Christmas is here, and I'll probably release this on Christmas Day as well. So, you'll be stuffing yourself with turkey and what have you right now, won't you? But yeah, I don't know how it's got to this time of the year either, but yeah, it's been crazy, hasn't it? But anyway, we're here now. Basically, if you are new to this channel, or maybe you've kind of subscribed in the last sort of 6 months or so, or what have you, and you haven't seen one of my end of year sort of review sort of videos, I basically talk about a little bit about the previous year, but I'm going to talk certainly this time I'm going to talk a lot more about 2024, because I think going forward, I really think 2024 is going to be a big year for this channel, and I really do want to push things forward again, because if I'm honest, looking back on 2023, I did have some good videos, and I do think certainly the MSI cases were certainly quite a highlight. People did really enjoy those videos, and we did cover a few graphics cards and a few motherboards and stuff like that, and I think overall people did respond quite well, and certainly the views have gone up quite considerably over 2022. So year on year we are growing. Now, some of my disappointments were the fact that we didn't actually reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, which was a bit of a goal of mine, but hey, you can't really control these things with YouTube. That's one of those things. Although we just about reached the 4,000 hours of watch time now, which we need for monetization, but obviously we do need the 1,000 subscribers before we can actually get monetized with YouTube, with the sort of YouTube advertising and monetization on the advert. So yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed in that sense that we didn't get 1,000 subscribers at least, but I'm sure more and more people will come along as we go along, and I do think 2024 has got a lot of plans. So I'm going to reference my phone here, because I've kind of made some notes basically, just to kind of sort of talk about what I want to talk about here, just to make sure I'm kind of on the right track of what I want to talk about. And yeah, so I think we'll kind of leave 2023 it was. I think overall a decent year. I think overall I probably could have made some more videos if I'm really being honest with you guys, and I think maybe I did neglect the channel at certain points of the year. I did kind of, towards the end of the year, I think we kind of picked it back up again, and certainly I think it was around about September, October sort of time where we started to really pick up with views, and that was a big kind of positive for me, and it did kind of give me a bit more encouragement, I have to admit. So that was good in that sense, but we have kind of tailored off a little bit towards the end of the year, which I was hoping it was going to keep going with the views, but it's okay. And I do think, like I say, I do want to kind of talk about the future more now, because the past is the past, and we can't go back, obviously. So we've got to move forward now. So overall, the plan for YouTube 2024 for Ultra Game World, basically the first point I want to point out is that I've probably been a little bit overzealous and maybe purchased a little bit too many things over this year that I probably shouldn't have. Now, some of that is to the actual channel, for the YouTube channel, obviously, things like quite expensive graphics cards and what have you, and some fairly expensive components and what have you, as we've done. But I'll be honest, personally in my life, I've probably spent a little bit too much this year than I should have. So we're going to cut back a little bit in terms of money that we're going to spend every month. The basic plan will be to budget £200 per month on buying new components, or potentially even used components as well. And we'll basically just see how that goes. I know £200 certainly when you're in the tech space is like literally peanuts, but I do think that I really want to limit the spending this time, because some of the months I've kind of spent 400, 500 on this channel, and it's just not sustainable for me to be doing that. And as much as I want to push this channel, I obviously want to keep it within a good budget where I can comfortably afford it. So there's two ways of looking at it. I mean, sometimes I think to myself, yeah, if I push things more further and brought more and more stuff, then I could push the channel further, and that is the tempting side. But at the same time, I do have to kind of look at my finances as well and be honest with myself. Can I afford that? So I am going to try and budget £200 per month on the components. And basically there's going to be sort of 2 to maybe 3 videos on the actual components that I buy. They're probably mainly going to be cases, motherboards obviously. I will probably try and do the odd graphics card here and there, but it will be more of the budget end graphics cards, like £100 and under, so it will be looking more towards the used market again. I do think more and more I will be looking towards the used market this year rather than the new market, because I kind of feel like the new market is pricing a lot of people out at the moment, and there's not really a lot of value there. There is a lot more value in the used market, and I think that's probably something I do need to look more into this year. So like I say, 2 or 3 videos per month on the products. There's probably only going to be 1 video per week that I'm going to try and stick to. I think last year I maybe at certain points left it for about a month or so where I didn't upload, which, I am trying to build a community here, and doing that to you guys isn't fair, really. If you want to stick around and actually keep subscribed and keep watching my videos, it's not fair for you guys to actually wait for a whole month before you get a video out. So I am going to try to stick to at least once a week. Potentially I might go to 2 a week if I potentially can, but I think 1 a week is just very sustainable for me, and I think that's the way we're going to go forward. And then personally in my own life as well, just to share a little bit of sort of, just to be open and honest with you guys, I am going to pay off my credit card debt that I have got, so I'm going to pay £200 off per month to my credit card debt. It's not much, it's not like thousands of pounds, but there is a bit of debt there, and it would be worth getting the credit card debt down, because that is something that it's just going to hang around, and I'm going to keep having to pay interest on it, and it's just better just getting it paid down and sorting out my finances for next year. I think that's the big thing I really want to push for next year, is really looking after myself and working my carry on working my full-time job, looking after my finances a bit better, and just generally taking better care of myself overall. I think better, obviously in terms of my health, my health is generally very good, and and I'm grateful for that. But at the same time, there are parts of my life that I admit I've probably been a little bit neglectful of, and certainly financial is something that has, to a degree, it's kind of, what's happened with the world recently and what have you, increased cost of living obviously. But at the same time, there has been, I admit on my side, there has been a few sort of things where haven't managed money as well as what I could have. So, I just want to be open with you guys on that sense. Now, one thing I have towards the end of the year, and I was experimenting with, is doing free content videos, or essentially content without products in, so non-product videos, which are kind of like things like, I did like the top 5 budget PC cases. And I think, although that didn't really do very well, some people did respond to that fairly positively. And things like this is just something that I'm going to have to add to the channel, because I genuinely can't keep buying loads and loads of components to actually show on this channel. It's just not sustainable, unfortunately, guys. And I have to look after myself first and foremost, and unfortunately, at the moment, it's going to take a long time until YouTube actually starts giving me any kind of money at all. I'm probably not even going to get £100 a month, even once I get monetized, to be honest with you guys. So, I knew this before I even started YouTube, and like I said, this is my long-term investment. This is my kind of like long-term project for the next. I certainly think the next 5 years of my life that that will be dedicated to building this channel, and that's why I'm not. I know in some ways it might seem like I'm not uploading enough, but at the same time I'm kind of seeing the future, the long-term future of this channel, and I'm thinking that overall, over a long enough time, if I keep staying consistent and keep building things, it will grow naturally, and it will just grow to what it can be, and that's really all I want this channel to be. It doesn't have to be a full-time income for me. I'm not really bothered about that side. I'm more bothered about giving you guys what you want in terms of the content that you want to sort of see from me, and just sharing like a community together. That's really what I want to build here. And that's the last point as well on my phone, was that I want to do like a monthly Q&A, and that's probably going to be one of the potentially 2 free content videos every month that I'm going to release. So I'm going to try and do a Q&A every month, I think, probably at the end of the month. just to sort of say, like, you know, I'll probably answer YouTube questions because I do get quite a lot of comments on my videos saying, like, you know, like the other day there was like standoffs, like you know, the pre-installed standoffs weren't there, or you know, can this graphics cards fit this case and stuff like that. Obviously, there's a lot more things that people want to know, and I think maybe doing a Q&A. Obviously, I will reply to those comments. I do reply to more or less every comment that I get, actually, or try to, you know, and I do try and individually kind of answer that on the actual comments, but at the same time, it might be easier doing like some kind of Q&A session where I'll probably reach out to you guys as well and do like a community post every month and say any kind of open questions that you've got for me. It doesn't even have to be tech related, even if it's just something you want to know a bit more personally about me, because I think that's probably the biggest thing I want to kind of build for 2024 is maybe a little bit more of a personal relationship between you guys and me, and trying to build that community, because I kind of feel that people, I'm not saying this is bad, but I kind of feel that people come for one video and one specific thing that they want to know from my channel, and then obviously they leave after that once they've got their information. So I don't have a problem with that at all, and that's kind of how YouTube does work in terms of, certainly on the search side, people are searching for a specific thing that they want solved, and then they get it solved. You know, and if they find my video, then obviously, and if that solves their problem, then that's all they need. So I don't really have a problem with that. But at the same time, I do kind of want to build a community here, and I want people to kind of stick around and subscribe, and obviously like videos and leave me comments and try and actually interact with me, because I think that's the biggest thing I'm not really getting from you guys at the moment. Where I'm not saying it's a, you know, I'm not saying, you know, I'm not criticizing anyone at all, but I think part of, you know, some of the problem with this channel of not growing as quickly as I want it to, or not growing to maybe its full potential at the moment, is that we're not really having that kind of two-way kind of communication between each other, and that is a difficult thing, of course, because it's obviously you only see me on a screen, so it's a difficult thing to kind of get across, isn't it? It's you know, I never actually see you guys directly, obviously, so that sort of communication is always going to be a little bit difficult. But I do think there is potential to build more of a community here and actually have, you know, more of people who just enjoy tech, just sort of hanging out and potentially watching my videos, and potentially there might even be something like a live stream that I might even look at as well. I know, like, Mike's Unboxing does a lot of live streams, and you know, he's done pretty well through that as well. So that's something I might look at as well, potentially dropping in a live stream every, like, once a month potentially, if you guys want. And obviously if you guys have got comments on what you think I could do extra, in terms of like sort of free content type videos, obviously let me know in the comments below, and I'm certainly open to a lot more things, because like I say, I think this year is more about getting my finances right and getting, you know, it. It's a difficult one because, again, I do want to push this channel, but at the same time, I have to think about the money side as well. And although I kind of could do more sort of PC builds and more sort of on that side, and there will be some PC builds that I will be putting in, of course, for the next year. But I do think overall, probably just doing the actual unboxings of the components, and then obviously the free content videos are probably where I'm going to specifically look at. I just think overall, for the amount of subscribers that I have, doing PC builds, the amount of time the PC build videos actually take, because some of them can take like 10 hours even to actually fully record, edit, and then obviously do all the sort of post side that I need to, and, you know, post editing and what have you, and the thumbnail, and sometimes it can get up to about 10 hours doing a video like that. And in reality, if I'm not making any money from this, 10 hours is a long time to be put into one video. So you kind of have to see it from my side as well, is that potentially as this channel grows, that's when it's going to be more opportunity for obviously things like PC builds, and a bit more sort of into it, you know, into more detailed videos and going more further with them. But I will try and mix up now and again, and there will be the odd one, like I say, which does release, and there will be more sort of like benchmark type videos and stuff like that. I've still got quite a lot of plans on that side to do a lot more sort of looking at sort of budget graphics cards and under £100, and trying to look at more of that side. So I think that's kind of everything I wanted to talk about, and obviously, hopefully, hopefully you guys have kind of understood that, and obviously I want you to have a really good Christmas, and I'll be back with in 2024 with new videos in the new year. So it might take a week or two or so until I start doing videos again of 2024, because I am probably going to take a little bit of a break from YouTube as well, just to kind of sort of fully refresh and try and come back with renewed energy. Because, like I say, I do admit, towards the end of this year, maybe because it was winter and what have you, I haven't quite had the same kind of inclination or kind of determination to really build this channel, and I felt recently that I've kind of dipped a little bit in terms of motivation, but I do really want to start again in 2024, and we'll go again. And I do want to build this channel because, like I say, this is my kind of like sort of life work, I think. And I don't want to just have, well, like I said, I don't really, it doesn't really have to become a full-time income, this, like I say, but the aim eventually is to make this a full-time income, and I've never kind of shied away from that. It is eventually to replace my 9 to 5 job, but at the moment, obviously, we're miles upon miles away from that. So, well, hopefully, with the help from you guys, we can build things, and things will get better, and we will see this channel actually starting to really take shape and really get up to good amount of subscribers. And like I said, I'm not going to put any specific targets on it for next year. I'm just going to see how it plays out. I certainly think something like 100,000 views a month would probably be a good initial target, but like I said, I'm not going to put any pressure on myself, and what happens happens, and we just got to move forward as much as we can with this channel. So overall, I do hope you sort of like this sort of video, guys, and I really do hope you're going to stick around for 2024, because I do have big plans, and I know it's going to take a long time, but if you stick with me, I do think eventually we can have a very good channel here together, and I do think we can create a really great community here. So I do really want you to subscribe if you are a new visitor here to this channel, and come on board with this journey. So overall, guys, I hope you really liked my 2023 videos, and I will see you in 2024. So see you guys later, and enjoy your Christmas. Bye, guys.